I've been wondering to myself for a while, just now in the shower and all that. And well, I was going back to the point where the physical entropy, or the reason why the influx of energy in your brain when you die dispels, disintegrates, or dissolves, and you cannot view. Basically, as if we live this life, right? We see through a lens, our eyes processes this information in our brain to see the picture that we are seeing currently right now. And what spiritualists that besides the religions that tell us is that when we die, we no longer are bondage to obviously the physical entropy of this world. We are not bound by physics, but we are free from our, our physical, bodies, and we can see clearly a 360 view of what is going on, actually, like a fisheye lens. And we can process information at such a speed that because we are spiritual bodies, we are returning to our state, our original state. But many are arguing in the mind that the matter, that the materialism is that aliens have infused, our extraterrestrial fathers, our extraterrestrial parents have infused our physical bodies, the current physical bodies of the Homo sapiens species, with our souls, the souls of the spirits of I don't know how, but they condense this influx of energy into a soul, a spirit. Therefore, that remains the question. You see, a lot of this nonsensical problems that we see in today, we are rooted in. They are distractions. Simply fucking distractions. That permeate a lot, permeate throughout our lives in order to give ourselves the illusion, literally an illusion, that we are meant to be controlled. We are giving ourselves away the sovereignty and the power of ourselves. We consistently subscribe to this thing where everything is just Saturnalian worship, like materialism. Nothing more than electrical impulses. Even though then electrical impulses in itself carries light, carries many confounding things that even material science cannot still truly explore into the depths. It is still, as much as it is a statement, in which we are struggling, just think like, time travel, for example. I was discussing on a topic that time travel in itself is very, very real, in which, how does it work? That's a, if we travel back in time, there's a time period, and there's our universe warp. There's our, the Avengers, all of these media and these entertainments present a truth to them in which there are little bits of truth if you take the information correctly. And what we're speaking of course, is dreams, right? Fragmented information and defragment, and the variables that we currently see in our world today of heat, cold, whatever it is, plus minus, the duality, and we form these unconscious thoughts in our mind to present the reality that we truly want, whether it be physical, negative, or positive. But if we let ourselves be controlled of outside phenomena, no doubt, of course, that will influence us to feel how we are. For example, I had a situation that occurred to me 2 weeks ago. Why did I want to go to the Netsky concert? Why did I want to do that? Because I felt as if this was a moment in which this path is unlocking me, In the future, who knows what will happen, Whether there will be more calamities that are happening, whether the catastrophe, the growing catastrophe that we are seeing today is getting closer. And that is one of the many things that have given me to, has put me, to realize in a way that is, that has brought me to my life's purpose. And also the other thing where, as a quarrel, domestic quarrel. One of my parents told me, mom told me, oh, why is the garage door isn't functioning? It's not. And then I went upstairs and I had a change of attitude before I had. 2 weeks prior, I would have probably got angry as well. But now I was just like, I don't care. I reverted to my understanding, and I'm just constantly changing that. And then with those words, with the thought have formed of the words, things have waved, the past. It is all about the vibration, literally vibration, sign, mathematically, all these things that constitute the laws of the universe. If they say as pantheism, I sort of likely choose pantheism in a way that I like to evolve it into, there's a certain bit of truth there, that it itself, we as the Big Bang, we are the Big Bang, that we somehow, there are spiritual philosophies that subscribe to the idea that thought itself is the fundamental framework of the universe, in which where stability, non-existence is currently in place. It's like that feeling where you are feeling so asleep. It's like the feeling when you're asleep, right? You're constantly going to go to sleep, but you're just barely there. And then suddenly when you want to just, you're constantly in that state. And then suddenly you want to wake up for some reason. For any reason, you want to just get up, activity. And this has sort of been the thing, This is one of my reflections on nature and all these things, that people seem to get lost in these phenomena, subscribing to powers outside of themselves, that they realize they are subjected to these laws when they are not. Oh, we cannot be God, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. And if eventually everyone keeps believing in that, that will be the reality of their lives. And no doubt this is true. This has been a simple fact of our lives, that it's funny, I am scared of heights, but I am currently trying to subscribe to the fact that I do not mind death. I could fall at any time and I do not mind that, but it is of course the fear of losing everything and the pain of course, if it is, But yet today we are subscribing to forces, to the authorities, in which they are wanting our deaths. They are demanding our deaths, because if we do not obey them, if we do not obey the authorities, they will slowly remove our freedoms. And freedom, first of all, is the most important facet of life, and that is how it works. Life, of course, adheres to rules, but also in a way it has such mobility that allows them to evolve. Nature does not put an apple underground and it is tough to get out, unless if you water the ground and then suddenly the apple pops up. Or that money literally will grow on trees if you put the apple back when you pluck it up. There is no such law that exists on nature, no. Therefore, it is all misleading.